29, verse 1 to 5. For want of time, I'll just going to tell you a few things there. The Bible talks about the time when David, at the twilight of his kingship, and he had to start preparing to exit for Solomon, his son, to take over. And he desired that he would build a house for the Lord. But the Lord told him that your hands are bloody, so you cannot build for me. Leave it for Solomon to do. And he said, if that is the case, then there's something wise I must do. And then David actually gathered wealth, riches. When you go and take time and read the amount of gold, silver, and other things that David gathered of his own treasure before the treasure of the state of Israel, bringing them all together to make it possible that Solomon is able to build a temple for the Lord. Now, look at some imperatives, some necessary actions that come from this. A very active and participatory leader is able to accurately predict the nature and volume of work that lies ahead. When it comes to succession planning, you have been a leader. You know the work as a president, the enormity of the work, how much effort it demands for the work to be done. If you are a very active and participatory leader, you'll be able to accurately predict that the work that lies ahead needs so much, then you are able to provide for. Now, he is also able to determine the capacities, the capabilities that are available. And so when you go to when you go to 1 Chronicles 29, verse 1, verse 3, 2 to 3, David noted that Solomon is a youth. He is inexperienced. So it is very almost certain that he would not be able to do as much as he will be able to do if I, Solomon, do not prepare the ground for him. And so Solomon said, look, don't worry, all you need is skill, the rest is provided. That is succession planning. So he made it possible for Solomon to be able to do what he had to do. And you are able to influence the collection of resources for future use, as I have noted, and this is both personally and collectively. Now, this very kind of model of succession planning is not so directly linked and related or applicable to our context. It's not so directly applicable because after serving your term, what you are expected to leave is morals, values, principles, good understanding of structures, and the likes. You are not really expected to put your money into the coffers of YPG or YAF. Actually, if you are able to do it, God will be happy. But your succession planning here then will not be so much of providing money, because the union, the group will have to provide this money and care for itself and all that. Besides, the group does not pay you. That's actually the main point here, that the group does not pay you. In fact, David, as a king, had access to the treasury, the wealth of the state, you know. But in your case, it's not like that. You are not paying, you are sacrificing. So you will only imply your efforts in terms of making sure that structures, orders are well set for those who come after you. So that's why I'm saying that this is not so directly applicable to us. But the second model is the initiator model. The initiator model. And that is from 1 Kings 19 to 21. This is when the Bible said that Elijah was moving along. He saw Elisha and threw his cloak on Elisha. Immediately, Elisha got up and came. Man of God, let me go and kiss my mother and father and come after. Elijah said, what have I done? Go and continue your work. Simple. Elisha didn't talk too much. He just went. The bulls he was using to plow, he slaughtered them. They are sticks. He made them into an altar. Firewood. Burnt the fire. Put the meat on it. Boiled the meat. Shared it with the men. Got up and followed Elijah. His house. Initiator model. There are some things that you can do to get a protege or somebody who needs to begin to follow a particular path to be activated. Now, for this very illustration, it is a spiritual connection. Because the cloak would also represent the mantle of Elijah. And when he laid that mantle on Elisha, immediately Elisha had the first impartation that would get him quickened for followership. So, as much as Elijah was saying that, what have I done? Go and continue your work. Elisha says that no way. But what has happened from today, I am no more plowing the field. I am following you. So you will need to discover how to initiate. You need to discover how to initiate the need for those around you to begin to pursue something like Elisha. And that is to say, Elijah identified Elisha from a spiritual perspective. Elijah identified Elisha from a spiritual perspective. Let me commit to you here and say that as a leader, you cannot be leading and only leading, organizing meetings, taking dues and doing these things, taking reports and reporting, presenting and going for higher court meetings, and that is all. You must open your eyes, looking out for potential. As they come for meetings, you look at how they are talking. You look at how they conduct themselves. There are some people whose potentials are so deeply hidden in them, and you must be an initiator model for them. So you open your eyes, keep watching out. There must be somebody you must pick out and begin to empower. That is what Elijah did to Elisha, and so it's by a spiritual influence that Elisha understood the language communicated to him, and he began to follow. As a result, Elisha would sacrifice his oxen and all that, and follow after the spiritual initiative of Elijah. Then the spiritual initiative of Elijah would draw Elisha into a lifelong seeking for higher spiritual responsibility. This is the catch. All that Elijah did in the end made Elisha a seeker for higher spiritual responsibility. So you will come down that text, down to 2 Kings chapter 2, and finally you will see Elisha following Elijah and telling Elijah, I will not let you go. Elijah said, let me go. I have to go. I will not let you go. 4 stations. And when Elijah said that, if you see me taking up what you want, because he had asked for a double portion of Elijah's anointing, he said that if you see me taking up what you want, you will receive. Indeed, the guy, he keep his eye glowing like that, gargling like that. He said, no, if it will take me the next 1 year not to sleep, to catch an anointing from you, I am waiting. Because he had become a close follower of the man Elijah. He had known that the essence of his life is connected directly to Elijah, and he must not miss it. Now, this is why you must also see yourself as both sheep and shepherd, because as shepherd, you must be the Elijah for that Elisha. As sheep, you must know that you receive succor from God and you impart it to these people. Youngers, I don't think that you lack anointing. You have ability. You can do it. You can stir up somebody's anointing, and that person will become an excellent leader one day. He may not even realize it. You may not even realize it. But if you sought to be that kind of a leader, you are going to generate those other leaders after you. The third model is the discipleship model. The discipleship model. Please give me Mark 3:14. That I want us to read. That in Mark 3:14, 2 Timothy 2 verse 2. I want us to read them, see them, because now these are coming much into our domain. And he ordained 12 that they should be with him, and that he might send them forth to preach. So in the discipleship model, we are talking about close association, close relationship. Jesus Christ called the 12, don't forget, he did not miss the approach of Elijah in calling Elisha. It was a spiritual alignment that sent him to the 12, so that he will even succeed in calling Judas Iscariot, because he is supposed to come to fulfill a purpose. So, by fasting and prayer, the Bible said that the whole night, this man was praying, and when he got out in the morning, he set out, he began to handpick them. You come. He began to lay his clothes on them, and immediately they came to follow him. Hallelujah. That is the discipleship model. 2 Timothy 2:2. Faithful word you have received, commit to faithful people. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Can you see the succession? I have it. I must make sure that I give it to somebody who will be able to also handle it and give it to another person, and it must continue. So, in this discipleship model, you need to identify the potential of individuals. You need to identify here. We don't mean potential in terms of this one is anointed, this one can lead prayer. No. In this sense, even humility is a potential. In this sense, humility, how humble somebody is, how the person is able to take instruction, these are potentials for leadership. Alright? So you identify these potentials, you suggest activities they can engage to build themselves up. That's another very important one. 2 Timothy 1 verse 6, 2 Timothy 2:15, you can go and read them. Or you have 2 Timothy already, give me 15, or 2 Timothy 2. Good. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you are telling the guy that challenges study, you know what, okay, I'll give you a book to read. Not necessarily telling him or her, this is what you intend. But, okay, let me give you this book, read it. Have you finished reading? Okay, what did you learn from it? This, that, that. Oh, okay. Did you enjoy it? Yes, okay. I'll give you this one. Alright, okay, let's do this. Do that. Okay, today I want you to fast. The next I want you to pray. The next I want you to pray 2 hours. I don't want to pray 2 hours. I said, no, okay, try it. You know, it's very easy. Just relax. Do this and that. And you keep doing this. The guy does not know that you are taking him somewhere. But remember, you must be that shepherd in that situation. So if you have a warped self-image, you cannot do it. You cannot. I'm going to come to the point where I'll tell you that don't knock that guy. Now, following this, you can delegate reasonable amounts of your work. This is one of the most obvious approaches to succession planning. Delegation. So, of course, it's not everything you can delegate, but the parts you can, you delegate to this person or those people. Now, watch this. Don't fix your mind on preparing anyone to replace you. In the first model, it is more direct. That's why we call it the direct model. And we said that is not so much as that. In the discipleship model, what you are saying is that you are bringing together a number of potentials, you are building them all up. Later, you want to allow God to choose his choices among them. So you don't set your eyes on one, this is who must succeed. No. You are only allowing potentials to grow. Hallelujah. So don't fix your mind on preparing anyone to replace you in particular. It's not a pre-selection. It's not a predestination agenda here. The predestination agenda is with God. You are only an instrument carrying it out. Now, because when you set your mind on somebody, it becomes a recipe to manipulate the process of selection. At the time, somebody must inherit or succeed you. And besides, our system does not permit it. Our system requires that the whole group nominates, you vet, and you vote. You know this one. For both you and YPG and YAF, isn't it? So when you take somebody and come, I want to lecture you to take over me. So I'm going to ask you to do this and that and that and that and that and that. Finally, election comes and they don't elect him. What will you do? So we don't do it that way. Disciple. In fact, in this model, I can even propose that disciple the whole group. Disciple the whole group. And at the end, let the chosen one be selected. The best way to go about it. And the point I told you I was going to make it, don't be a limit to such potentials. And how will you not be a limit? Two ways. Number one is that keep developing yourself. If you don't keep developing yourself, you are going to limit the person. I remember preaching on the first Sunday about covenant. And I was telling my youth in the church that what I was preaching to them about covenant, if I knew at their age, I would not have been where I am now. Because of what covenant can do for your life as a believer. I don't remember my pastor minister ever teaching me that when I was in JY or YPG. I came to learn of that far later, and I came to learn the value of covenant so much that I became convinced that if I knew that earlier and applied it, I was better off. Now, that means that these young people I am teaching today are more privileged. If I had to start at stage 1 and I am now at stage 30, they are starting at stage 30. And that is a very good advantage for them because the times have also changed. So I do not have to allow them to start where I started. I must allow them to start up on my head and continue. Otherwise, again, I have failed. So don't be a limit to them. What? And sometimes when I preach and teach some things, I get this feeling so much. Because what I know now is what I'm teaching to somebody far younger. And I didn't know what I know at the age I am teaching that to the person. Because that is how it is. Where I reach, they must reach that there. Are you with me? So one, keep developing yourself. Because your limit will be the starting point of the next generation. Number 2, allow them to evolve their own potentials. Don't make them into puppets, replica of yourself. I love it when I discover potential that I know are greater than mine. I love it. The way I fuel you, the way I push you, I love it. Let everyone be who they have to be. Don't let them be you. That is one temptation with succession planning. Because as you are mentoring the person, directing the person, teaching the person, what you are doing is setting the person within your limits. And that's dangerous. So give the person opportunity for self-discovery. Don't let everything be spoon-fed to the person. Prompt the person on things and let the person discover the things. When they discover, they will not say that you gave it to them. They will say that it's the Holy Spirit, and by that they will gain expression of their own uniqueness. So don't limit them. Allow them to discover themselves. And a portion here. When you even mentor somebody, the reason why so many churches suffer breakaway is that after they nurture the people and the people begin showing potential, they become threatened. And that's one reason why I told you that God was pleased to create man in his image, hand everything over to man, and he was not threatened about it. Because he knows himself. But it's his selfishness. It's one of the big reasons why succession planning fails. I should teach you to become like me or more than me. Like. Don't limit them. Allow them to discover and express their potential. Finally, the fourth model I'm putting across is the testing model. The testing model. There are some of the succession plans, all you do is to resource, provide resource. But in this one, you have to test. And I'll just use a very simple example, a story of a CEO who wanted to retire. And so he had managers, sub-managers under him. And he called all of them and he gave them seeds. He gave each of them a seed to go and plant. I am wrapping it up. They were to plant the seeds in pots. And after a while, he was going to invite them to give the outcome of the planting of the seed. Now, they all took their seeds, they all went to plant, and as co-workers, they will be chatting among themselves. Oh, my plant is germinated, it's growing, it's doing this, it's doing that. But there was one of these managers whose plant, whose seed was not germinating. He did all that he would do, the seed would never germinate. He manured, he would water, he would do everything, the seed would never germinate. He was so embarrassed. He was helpless about it. He would make every effort. The seed would not germinate. Then eventually the man calls them together, bring your plants. The guy was so embarrassed to take an empty pot, how do you call it? Flower pot or whatever, to the meeting. And the others brought huge plants and trees in their pots. And immediately the man looked around and saw the one without a plant in his pot. He called him. When he came, he said that this is the new CEO. He was shocked. Totally shocked. What had happened? I was so embarrassed, feeling that I have failed. I had to plant a common seed, and the seed never germinated. I hear there are some people whose hands are not friendly with planting. When they planted, they not germinate. I don't know if it was that time. But do you know the background of the story? The man was looking out for sincerity. So what he did was to boil all the seeds, gave it to them. Let me see what you do with the boiled seed. It's only one who was sincere. At the end of the day, all the rest, when they realized that thing was not germinating, they went to get their own seed. Our world today, the generation in which we are today, is looking for a particular quality that is never able to find in many followers. That is sincerity. Sometimes that is the testing model. You would need to test the quality of those who are likely to succeed. If you choose a treasure, whose hands scratching, you are in trouble. If you choose the president whose heart worries him or her, you are in trouble. Maybe you are you will struggle. So there needs to be these approaches where you check some things. I remember vetting some people way back, and we eventually chose one out of the lot. And the other that was not chosen, it pains me to say, but it's unfortunate. Apparently, some of the things he showed of himself when he came for the vetting actually gave him away. Until today, I have come to discover that it looks like some things are not correct. He recently even sent me a message, a very weird message, something that happened in 2010. They are telling me you sue me about it today. I realized something's not going on. And it was tested those times, and we saw that no, this guy, the way he's coming across will not help. That is how it is. So we have to check and be sure that we are on point with that. Remember, sustainability depends largely on proper conduct. Bad conduct can crumble down an organization. So that is the last point on succession planning that I am sharing with you. In my conclusion, all I am saying is that be God's sheep and the people's shepherd in all sincerity, and every direction, path that you need to take to ensure a proper succession plan, you will be able to achieve. The Lord bless you. Amen.